Have you ever wondered what Cinderella would be like if she lived in today's world? I mean, really think about it. Would she be scrolling through her stepsisters' perfect lives on Instagram, feeling that pang of envy? Would her fairy godmother be a tech genius who hacks her a ticket to the hottest music festival of the year? And that glass slipper, would it be a limited edition sneaker that goes viral? The story of Cinderella is timeless for a reason, but today we're going to break it down. Pull it apart and see what modern-day lessons we can learn from this classic rags-to-riches tale. It's more than just pumpkins and princes, I promise you. Let's get one thing straight. Cinderella's life was tough. We all know the story: cruel stepmother, wicked stepsisters, and endless chores. She was basically the unpaid intern, cook, and cleaner, all rolled into one. But here's the first big takeaway. Cinderella never let her circumstances define her spirit. She was kind to the animals, she held on to her dreams, and she maintained her grace even when everything around her was just awful. In our lives, we all have our own versions of scrubbing the floors. Maybe it's a soul-crushing job, a difficult project, or just a period where nothing seems to be going right. The lesson here is resilience. It's about finding that inner strength and kindness, even when the world isn't kind to you. Cinderella's positivity wasn't just wishful thinking. It was a survival strategy. It kept her hope alive, and as we know, that hope was about to pay off big time. Then, boom, enter the fairy godmother. Now, this is the part of the story everyone loves, right? The magical transformation, the pumpkin carriage, the sparkly dress. It's pure fantasy. But let's look at it from a different angle. The fairy godmother didn't just appear out of nowhere because Cinderella was sad. She appeared because Cinderella had reached her breaking point but had never given up on the possibility of something better. In our lives, a fairy godmother might not show up with a magic wand. Instead, it could be an unexpected opportunity, a supportive friend who offers a helping hand, or even just a moment of sudden inspiration that changes everything. The key is to be open to these moments. Cinderella had to accept the help. She had to be brave enough to say yes to the ball. How many times do we miss our own fairy godmother moments because we're too scared, too tired, or too convinced that things will never change? So, she gets to the ball. Everyone's jaw drops. The prince is instantly smitten. But here's the fun part. She didn't just stand there looking pretty. She had a conversation. She danced. She connected with him on a human level. She showed him her true self, not just the fancy dress. This is a huge lesson for the age of social media, where we're all curating the perfect image. Cinderella's story reminds us that genuine connection trumps a perfect profile every single time. And then, the clock strikes midnight. She has to run. This adds a little mystery, a little suspense. It wasn't just about the magic. It was about leaving an impression that went beyond her appearance. She gave the prince something to remember her by, something to search for. Now for the famous glass slipper. The prince goes on a kingdom-wide search. Think about the determination. He didn't just post a missed connections ad. He actively went looking for the one person he had a real connection with. And when he finds Cinderella, back in her old clothes and covered in soot, does he turn away? No, he recognizes her. He sees the same person he met at the ball. This is the ultimate lesson. Your true worth isn't determined by your clothes, your job, or your social status. It's about who you are on the inside. The slipper fits not just because of magic, but because it symbolizes that she is the one, authentic and true. Her external situation had changed back, but her internal self, the person the prince fell for, was still there. So what's the real magic of Cinderella? It's not the pumpkin or the dress. It's the power of kindness in the face of cruelty. It's the courage to seize an opportunity when it appears. It's the confidence to be yourself, no matter what you're wearing. And it's the belief that your circumstances don't have to be your destiny. We all have a little Cinderella in us, dreaming of our own ball. And maybe, just maybe, our fairy godmother is the resilience and hope we carry inside us all along. What do you think? What other lessons can we pull from this classic fairy tale? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to read them. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this little deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.